just waiting to see that everything's live. Yep. Uh, I just noticed I have notes for my regular log that I haven't been doing that. Might be worth going over. For my production log, it's my notes here. I've mixed in both of them. 17, 18, 19, 20. Yeah, production log. New split, hair, fatigue, posture. So yeah, it looks like I'm just mostly getting on. I was trying to record and I was at the editing point, so now it's the redirection. This could work. I'll get back into it, so that's good. These notes will be useful actually. Just to go over. Oh, scripting, split to script, fluid off script. Yeah. So I've got another page, and I really should be separating the different projects because I've got another page for this stream, like the scripting and whatnot, and that's. This is my belief in God start explaining my understanding. And I've noticed I've gotten extremely technical with certain human, and it's not helpful to people who have faith, because when you have faith you can speak mythopoetically and it lands and it makes sense to people. It's like their circuitry is able to take something from it. If you speak analogously and analogies for more folklore or like memes or more culturally convenient stuff, that lands fairly good too. But speaking highly technically seems to land for everyone. If you are able to articulate what you mean accurately and concisely, it takes more effort and more of a explanation. It's like the story needs to be expanded and for the technical stuff to land properly, so you have to be very concise and use the proper way of speaking, mode of communication, the proper terminology, and the proper and contextually, so that if you use a term that isn't common for that person, that it still lands appropriately and they still understand it on the etymologic basis. So you want to cushion it properly, which if a person isn't, I mean, even if they are religious, it still helps, and it can be a good exercise. For me, it's a good exercise. I know for a while there I was starting to get a little lazy and just leaning on religious bits. For religious people, it's as easy as quoting scripture. Like it's already set. It's set in a context. It's set in a relative accepted understanding. It's set in a understanding that evolved alongside a whole level of circuitry in our brain. So when you explain a point or get an idea from scripture, it's like, okay, I can use this tiny verse and it's so dense and it lands and it's so much easier and more efficient. Whereas trying to speak technically and describing things from a more evolutionary and human physiology perspective, rather than quoting scripture about, say, a verse that is a relevant proverb or idiom for what somebody's understanding of their situation. If you're doing that, you quote that, and they have faith, then that lands. It activates that circuitry. The context and everything that's built up in their mind, it connects. Whereas if somebody's atheistic, you have to cushion it and explain the physiology, explain how that physiology is evolutionarily producing itself to them, and it's explaining itself to them. Yeah, this point and video is just kind of a start back into this. I'm definitely gonna have to go over my notes next time in my log. But have a good one. That's The end of the stream. We've done well.